Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for tuning in to Cullman Today. I'm your host, Cheyenne Sharp, and today is Tuesday, June 25th, 2024. We have a lot to look at in local news today, including information on the world's largest swimming lesson, Sneed's farmhouse at the library, and summer safety tips from local law enforcement. All this plus sports, weather, and more, but for now, let's dive into the top stories happening in Cullman today. The City of Cullman Water Department is making a planned repair to a water line today beginning at 8 a.m. at the intersection of County Road 1466 and Highway 278. This repair will unfortunately result in water service being interrupted sporadically for the residents that live on Highway 69 between Highway 157 and Highway 278. This repair will also result in a one-lane road closure going westbound in the right-hand lane. Please use extreme caution when merging onto Highway 69 onto Highway 278, as the amount of time available to merge has been shortened due to this lane closure. Traffic cannot enter County Road 1466 from Highway 278. A detour will need to be made on County Road 1462 beside Vincent's Furniture, or they must enter County Road 1466 from the side of Highway 157. Again, please use extreme caution as the city will have workers present in this area making the necessary repairs. Next on our list, the Cullman County Historical Society hosted its regularly scheduled meeting at the Cullman County Museum Sunday afternoon and enjoyed a special presentation on the new Flying 50 Hotel from owners Paul and Shally Netter. The Netters began working on this project in 2022, and it was important to them that the hotel reflect the history of Cullman and tell the story of how the community has grown into what it is today. After a video presentation on the history of the Flying 50, they shared more on the economic impact that the group helped bring to Cullman. The hotel features 7 suites, each themed after a different, unique characteristic of Cullman: the Founder Suite, the Frankweiler Suite, the Heritage Suite, the Lake Suite, the Steeple Suite, the Wallace Suite, and the Wilderness Suite. Each one is decorated and furnished by local artists, craftsmen, and businesses to make the hotel feel as local as possible and to celebrate the history of Cullman. To finish our top stories of the morning, Cullman's own Mopar Fanatics Pentastar South Car Club, in partnership with Cullman, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, have donated $4,500 to Alabama Credit Union's program, Secret Meals for Hungry Children. Brenda Allison of Cullman, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram said, "This will go a long way to feed the children on the weekend." This program is meant for school-age children who could be facing food insecurity at home. Members with Secret Meals are in contact with local school administration and staff to identify children and families with potential food needs. A small bag containing food and snack items is discreetly packaged and placed in designated student backpacks each Friday, allowing the child a steady food source outside of school hours. Each year, for nearly a decade, the parties come together to raise money and awareness for the financial institution's nonprofit organization, donating thousands of dollars over the years. This year's show raised a record $4,500. Now that we have the top stories out of the way, let's take a quick break before diving into the world of local sports. Thanks for coming back. Now it's time to take a look at what's going on in the world of sports. We'll get today's sports segment started with some exciting news for all the local fishing fans out there. The Bassmaster Elite Series is coming to Smith Lake this week, and more than 100 of the top national and international anglers to fish for a $100,000 grand prize and valuable Angler of the Year points to qualify for next year's Bassmaster Classic. Cullman native Jordan Lee, a 2-time Bassmaster Classic winner, will be one of the favorites to perform well on his hometown lake. Lee currently sits at 7th in the Angler of the Year standings. All 100 anglers fish on day 1 and day 2 before the field is cut to the top 50 for day 3 and the top 10 for the final day. Takeoff each day is set for 6 a.m. and the weigh-ins are scheduled for 2 p.m. at Smith Lake Park. Bassmaster Live will be streaming on Bassmaster.com all 4 days, and coverage will also be available on FS1 on Saturday from 7 to 10 a.m. and Sunday from 7 a.m. to noon. Visit Bassmaster.com for more information about the upcoming events. Moving over to some college sports news. College Sports Communicators announced its 2023-24 men's and women's track and field and cross-country academic all-district honorees, and UAH was represented by a combined total of 4 CSC academic all-district performers. The Chargers men's honorees included Nathan Knox, Wilson McLean, and Sam Willem. McLean and Willem repeated as academic all-district selections the past 2 years. UAH's women's squad was represented by Emily McCurry, who also earned the honor in back-to-back seasons. In order to qualify for academic all-district, student athletes must have at least a 3.5 cumulative GPA, as well as being a significant contributor. The 2023-24 academic all-district track and field and cross-country teams, selected by College Sports Communicators, recognized the nation's top student athletes for their combined performances on the field and in the classroom. The CSC Academic All-America program separately recognizes honorees in the NCAA's 4 divisions. Academic All-District honorees advance to the CSC Academic All-America ballot. First, second, and third team Academic All-America honorees will be announced July 9th and 10th. Well, that covers today's sports, but be sure to keep an eye on the Cullman Tribune for the best local sports coverage. We'll be right back with some more news straight from the streets of Cullman County. Hello and welcome back to Cullman Today. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Local law enforcement, public safety representatives, and first responders have collaborated to create a list of ways to practice safety in and around the water, around fireworks, and while traveling this summer. Cullman Fire Rescue Chief Darren Peoples shared several summer safety tips, including advice on boating, docking, and fireworks safety. Peoples said, "Dock safety is indeed crucial, especially when it comes to preventing electric shocks near water. We have several measures to enhance dock safety and prevent electrical hazards." These tips included regular inspections, proper wiring installation, and safe usage of extension cords. For more of his tips, see today's issue of the Cullman Tribune. The last piece of business at the June meeting of the Cullman County Public Library Board was to touch on the Library Needs meeting that was held previously this week. Library Director Amber Thornton announced that the county and city were in agreement to proceed with a feasibility study for a phased approach to expand the size of the library and renovate the existing space in order to update the library and try to solve some of its top priority needs. This feasibility study is being completed by Williams Blackstock's Architects, a reputable company who specialize in expansion and renovations of libraries. They've agreed to donate their services for this feasibility study. The next meeting of the Public Library Board of the Cullman County is set for Thursday, August 15th at noon in the Special Collections Room of the main branch. Wildwater Cullman on Thursday, June 20th, participated in the 15th annual World's Largest Swimming Lesson. The global event, organized by the World Water Park Association, aims to raise awareness about the critical importance of teaching children to swim as a vital life-saving skill. The World's Largest Swimming Lesson is a coordinated effort involving water parks, pools, and aquatic facilities worldwide. The event underscores the message that swimming lessons save lives, addressing the alarming statistic that drowning is the second leading cause of unintended injury-related death for children ages 1 through 14. Michael Schwittek, General Manager of Wildwater Cullman, shared, "At Wildwater Cullman, our top priority is ensuring the safety of all of our guests. We are passionate about providing a safe and enjoyable environment for our families. Participating in the world's largest swimming lesson allows us to emphasize the importance of water safety and the need for every child to learn to swim. This skill is not just about fun, it's a crucial tool in preventing and drowning and saving lives." The event at Wildwater featured a comprehensive swimming lesson led by experienced lifeguards and instructors. The lesson was designed to teach essential swimming skills and water safety practices to children of all ages. Participants received a commemorative wristband to mark the occasion. The main branch of the Public Library of the Cullman County was a zoo, or rather a farm, on Monday, June 24th. Judy Sneed and her trove of furry friends from local animal rescue Sneed's Farmhouse Sanctuary entertained local children for story time as part of the library's summer reading program. Each Monday and Wednesday throughout the summer, a special guest joins the crew at the library to engage local families and children with a fun story, activity, or hands-on game. Sneed recited and performed as the children watched on, eager to learn about the inner workings of a farm, while picking up an invaluable life lesson. Animals deserve respect and deserve to live a comfortable life free from harm and danger. The book followed the farm's beginnings and the tales of the different animals and their lives at Sneed's Sanctuary. Sneed brought along some tiny rabbits, a pig, and a tortoise for the youngsters to touch and learn about after the extravagant storytime was concluded. Attendees of the program who registered at the entrance of the library are entitled to one free admission to Sneed's Farmhouse Sanctuary. Those passes are available at the branch's circulation desk until Saturday, June 29th at 1 p.m. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries.
Discover what's buzzing in Cullman with Community Matters, where every story pops off the page with local flair. It's the magazine that's got the inside track on what's now, what's new, and who's who. Get the lowdown on top eats and 411 on recipes that'll turn up your summer cooking game. Relive our local team's triumphs on the sports fields and pencil in summer's hottest events for fun the whole family will love. Get your copy of Community Matters at the Cullman Tribune, any of the local businesses on screen, or scan the QR code.
Welcome back. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have lost their lives this week as we turn to obituaries. Linda Frances Burns. Linda Frances Burns, 81 of Falkville, passed away on Sunday, June 23rd at Cullman Regional. Funeral services for Miss Burns will be at 10:30 a.m. on Wednesday, June 26th at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home with burial at Ebenezer Cemetery. Visitation will be from 8 to 10 a.m. on Wednesday, June 26th at Cullman Heritage Funeral Home. Cullman Heritage Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Patricia Ann Dye. Patricia Ann Dye, 76 of Logan, passed away on Monday, June 24th. No services are planned at this time. Louise Turner. Louise Turner, 68 of Hanceville, passed away Friday, June 21st. A small family visitation and graveside service is planned for Friday, June 28th. Interment will be held at Jones Chapel Cemetery. Cullman Funeral Home is honored to serve the family. Vicki Lynn Borden. Vicki Lynn Borden, 64 of Baileyton, passed away on Sunday, June 23rd at Cullman Regional. No services are planned at this time. That finishes obituaries today. Our thoughts and prayers are with the families and friends. Now, let's take a look at today's weather forecast. Today will be sunny with a high near 95 and a calm wind. Tonight will be partly cloudy with a low around 70. Tomorrow holds a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 1 p.m., but until then, it's set to be sunny with a high near 96. And tomorrow night also carries a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly before 1 a.m. Patchy fog after 1 a.m. Otherwise, it's mostly cloudy with a low around 70. That concludes another edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. I'm Cheyenne Sharp with Cullman Today, wishing you a terrific Tuesday, Cullman.